dawn's early light has come and gone on this Independence Day celebration, but as dusk settles over the Motor Mile Speedway, the crowded Radford are witness to a different battle. An age-old rivalry is renewed between a king and a serpent. And when these two take up positions, the fireworks are sure to fly.
Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Monster Power, coming to you from the famed Motor Mile Speedway in Radford, Virginia. Standing on top of one of these massive freestyle obstacles we'll use later. Behind me, a line going all the way from turn 4 over to turn 1, waiting on 2 ride trucks that are also running around the infield here. The Monster Truck Racing League has pulled out all the stops in what promises to be one of the biggest events this Motor Mile Speedway has ever seen. So stay with us here on Monster Power. We'll be right back with the start of the action.
Back at the Motor Mile Speedway in Radford, Virginia, getting set for the wheelie contest that will kick off the Guts and Glory Monster Truck Competition presented by the Monster Truck Racing League. And the first man up is the masked man from Colorado, Venom, riding Snake Bite. First hit. Very, very strong first hit for Venom. Here in the wheelie contest. Now searches for his second obstacle. They can hit pretty much anything out here on the track in this wheelie contest, and there's a lock to hit. Beautiful launch off of the jammer stack. Wisely actually backed out of the throttle and looked like he could have pulled that into a slap wheelie, but believe it or not, if you land on this asphalt with too much throttle, you can bind up a ring and pinion, you can break an axle, you can chuck a drive shaft, you can do a lot of driveline damage if you don't have just a little bit of finesse with that throttle. And as you'll see right here, when he landed, you see him brake check it right there to get the truck to settle out, and he started to stand in it to see if he could pull it into a slap wheelie, but when he felt the rear end touch down, he wisely let out of it to avoid doing any driveline damage. Here's another look at that second hit, and that's from the tops of the stock car trailers that are out here tonight. We get ready for the Ram Trucks Division machine to come out here, and this guy has already had a long day. This crew has, at least. Some of the hardest working guys in this business. This is Geremie Dishman driving the big black Raminator out of Champaign, Illinois, and this truck was part of a promotion earlier today, so it's already gotten hot. It was in the kind of low mid-90s when the sun was up earlier. This truck was running times on the drag strip as part of a test drive promotion for Ram Trucks, and now he's going to bring it out and compete with it. So they've already had to do some work to this vehicle. Not getting much out of that right there. And though this team is not known for their wheelies, they're strong freestylers. Not going to take anything away from them there, but this truck is built to race. That is the cornerstone of this team. Built for speed. Nice hit there, but again, not getting the nose lift that I think he's going to need to rival what Venom did in Snake Bite. Geremie, though, a nice accounting of himself as he brings the truck back around. Park it. We're going to take another look at the couple of moves that he put down. And here's that second hit. This was definitely the better of the two. I think the leading edge of that jammer car, at least on that side, might be gone already. Snakebite got quite a hit on him. You can see it pitched the nose up, but once the rear tires hit it, just pitched the nose back down. Didn't get what I think he was looking for to rival what Snakebite did a little bit earlier. Packed house tonight, turn away crowd. Wait and see if they do this for 2 days next year. This is Buddy Tompkins out of Deltona, Florida, in another one of the Ram trucks. No association of Raminator, but seems to be a favorite body style tonight. We have 2 Fords, 1 Chevrolet, and 3 of these Ram trucks out here tonight. 2 of them pickups. Struck teammate to the ice cream man. This is Razin Kane, and he pulls a slap wheelie off of his first hit. Raised the bar right there. See what he does for a second. I have a feeling he's going to come back to his jammer car. He might think he can get something off of it. Don't know that it's going to work the way he's hoping it will. You can tell this truck can definitely pull wheelies. He might just go for the slap. We'll see. Not getting the lift he wanted to there, and that might hurt him in the overall scoring. Not a bad way to start with that slap wheelie. Get another look at it here. Guys traveled quite a distance to come up here and compete, and they will not disappoint. If you've ever seen this team in action, they always lay it down. The Emily Oil, Razin Kane, and slap wheelie was beautiful, and then he followed it up with some big air. Did not disappoint, but I don't think he did enough to score big in the wheelie contest. Here comes the original. This is Darron Schnell in Bigfoot out of now Pacific, Missouri. Darron comes around to this. See what he can do with this. You hear the power of that big Ford motor as he pulls it up into a slap wheelie. How it ends up for him is he now bringing the truck back to the pit area. Well, he goes for one more hit. Now, they were only supposed to do 2. That was in the driver's meeting, so we'll see if they count that 3rd hit. Take another look at it. This was the first one, and you'll see how quickly the front end settled out on him. He didn't get at all the lift he was hoping for. Now his second hit, awesome slap wheelie, and you could hear that big motor power up when he stood in it. Really, probably only about half throttle on that. Again, finesse is the name of the game in this competition. You want to be confident in your throttle response. If you go too hard, again, you can tear up drivetrain parts. You can see he didn't do a bad job there on that 3rd hit, but I don't know if we'll count it. Up next is Derrow. Bad news travels fast, the local hero out of Elton, Virginia. About an hour and a half haul for him down to here. Purchased this truck from Bruce Haney out of Bronson, Florida. Moved it up here to Virginia. Been making good on that deal ever since. Nice shot right there. Not quite the slap wheel the other 2 had, but he did find a little bit of a rhythm as the truck settled out. Way out on the outer edges of this track, and he'll come back, and there are obstacles littered on this infield. This is a good track for it because the pit road is on the back stretch away from the grandstand, so there's plenty of room for all these obstacles right here in front of the grandstand on this front stretch, and that was a nice move. I think he was hoping for a slap wheelie. There's a little bit of dirt coming off those ramps and getting on that asphalt, and it's not going to give them as much traction as I think they're hoping for. But not a bad accounting of himself there, Derrow. Nice job for him in bad news travels fast out of Elkton, Virginia. Well, thought he was going to back it in right there, and instead he's lining up for a hit, so we'll see. Again, he's the second one. It was a nice hit, too. Again, sort of a low slap wheelie. I'm interested to see if they're going to count these third hits, because they're only supposed to do 2, but they are competing, so everybody's after that win money tonight. Maybe they'll give him a pass as the local favorite. Beautiful looking truck. Another look at the second hit that he took. You can see him stand on the throttle there, and he just dusted the stack of cars that he was coming away from. Here's a look at the third hit that he did, and again, I'm not sure if they're going to count these. Is the second truck to do a third hit.
I'm sorry, we got 4 left.
Got one more to go. That'll be Roy Pridgeon and Ice Cream Man. And I think there's a couple people down here and not real happy with the 2 trucks that have done 3 hits. We'll see what happens as Roy comes out with the last of the Ram breed here. This is the Ice Cream Man. Called a Ram Delivery. Sort of a custom design. Only thing Ram on that is the nose. But Emily Oil sponsored Ice Cream Man doing a nice job on that first hit. He goes all the way out to that's turn 1. And he used every bit of that bank to get that truck turned around. Nice job there. And he's hitting an obstacle no one else has. Got some air. You know what? He's turning this into a mini freestyle. That was a perfect sky wheelie. Smoking the tires. DKT's getting a workout. Ice Cream Man, Roy Pridgeon out of Deltona, Florida. Came out to make a statement. And he did so. Look at this. Awesome first hit. A lot of air. Yeah, and he tried to stand in a little bit too, and rear wheels twisted up on him and got in that dust there. This was his last hit. This was a perfect sky wheelie. Here in the background there, Jeff Bursey waiting the crowd approval to find out who will indeed take this wheelie competition. There you see him smoking the tires. Ended it up. I'll tell you what, he hit the most spectacular of the 6 vehicles that came out here, and that might be all that's needed, because everybody else seemed to be pushing the limits of the rules in this competition. And there, one more look at that burnout he did. There it is. Roy Pridgeon, Ice Cream Man, wheelie contest winner.
Roy Pridgeon looking good out here today. Now it's time for
we're going to take a quick break. Monster Truck Qualifying is next. Back in Radford, Virginia at the Motor Mile Speedway, getting ready for qualifying round action here on this Chicago-style course. Of course, once again, first up will be Vinny, Venom, and Snake Bite. A masked driver out of Cobra Creek, Colorado. He was first up the wheelie competition, quite impressive. Very powerful piece of racing equipment. And again, we said the rivalry returns here. We will see, based on his qualifying times to lay down, this will set the stage for racing later on tonight. We'll see if he manages to hook up with Bigfoot. A little bit hesitant coming off the start there. That might hurt him. We'll see how he handles these corners. He's the first one up on this course, and the dust right there is going to cause problems. You see him step out just a bit as he rounds that corner. Tried to stay out of the dust a little more again. He goes a bit wide coming out. You want to be wide going in and tight coming out with the dust that's laid down in those corners. 21:20 though will set the pace. I'm going to guess this could become about a 20-second, maybe a 19-second track, but I think this is about a 20-second track based on the run he just laid down. It's just that you have to get in the right part of that corner. Again, you want to apex it in exactly the right spot, which would be wide in, a little bit tight coming out. You don't want the rear wheels to get too hooked up in that dust, because if you do get too far into that dust, if you get too tight in that corner, you will hit a little bit of sand that's gathered just on the inside of those turns, and it will cause the truck to fishtail coming out. Here comes Geremie Dishman in the Ram Trucks Division Raminator, fielded by the All Brothers Racing Team out of Champaign, Illinois. 21:20, the time to beat here, laid down by Vinny, Venom, and Snakebite. And as we said earlier, this truck is built to race. He should be quite the contender here in tonight's field. Here's the countdown. Bit conservative on the takeoff, but he keeps it low going over the first jump, and there's elevated stacks of cars into the first corner. Little problem there, but he straightens back out. He gets inside, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him. He stays on it. He was tight but conservative, and that actually may have saved him. At a 19:34, he'll take the top time going away. Carry that on into the first round. That's actually going to be a tough time to beat. He got down to the 19th a lot quicker than I thought we would. Let's see what the rest of this field has for him. We got another Ram coming up next. It's going to be Buddy Tompkins and the Deltona, Florida-based Ammoy Oil Razin Kane machine. Time to beat 19:34, just laid down by the other Ram. Let's see if he can take supremacy among the Ram truck vehicles here tonight. Radford, Virginia. Packed house, turn-away crowds. Here to witness some awesome racing and a very hard takeoff by Buddy Tompkins. Beautiful turn by that Ram. Second turn, can he hold it straight coming out? A little hesitation there, that might hurt him, but kept it tight. Stayed on the outside of the dust with the right two tires at a 1950, so that'll put him solidly in second place. But let's see, I don't think we can get down to the 18-second range with the dirt that's gathered in those corners, but might be able to get in the low 19s a little bit further than even Raminator was able to with a real fast running. His run was relatively conservative, believe it or not, compared to the run you just saw, at least. But Buddy Tompkins taking the number 2 spot for right now.
Buddy Tompkins will back up into that spot. And we'll get ready to send our next
I know we keep saying it, but as that dust gathers in those corners, they will get slicker and slicker. The night goes on. Here comes Darron Schnell out of Pacific, Missouri, and the Bigfoot Ford, the Firestone sponsored vehicle, Summit Racing Equipment, and Oil sponsorship on this vehicle.
Stays up, looking for thumbs up.
See if we get those Firestones to dig in. Good start there. He, like Dishman, did not go too hard over the first set of cars. Let's see if that helps him. Perfect turn. And he keeps it low. Gets into that dust a little, and that hurt him right there. He's not going to top the time. It might take second. No, it's a 1988. I'll put him in third for right now, and not a bad run though. And that's going to put the top 3 right now are all within 1 second of each other. So this is going to be a very, very competitive field in the top half. We'll have to see how the bottom half runs, because Snakebite not get where I think he wanted to. Had he come out later, he might have been able to learn a few tricks from these guys going away, but I think again, the route around this course might actually be to take the wider route around
Bigfoot, third place
the
right now.
2 van stacks that are
Raminator first.
guarding the
Razin
entrances to
second.
turns 1 and 2 on the Chicago-style course. Here comes the local favorite now. Bad News travels fast. This is Derrow out of Elkton, Virginia. Time to beat remains at 1934. One of the 2 trucks left to go here. I know I said it already, but this young man and his family are some of the nicest people you will ever meet in this business. Very competitive though too. They do not run light, even though they're an independent operation.
3, 2, 1, go.
Travel about an hour and a half down the road to be here, and he's going to run hard. Let's see what he does coming out. A little bit off center over that first jump. Tries to cut it in tight and actually had to let out of it a little bit more than I think he wanted to as he heads for the second full turn. And he is way off the pace with that run. 22:35. He was trying to stay real tight to those stacks and it did not work for him. He's going to put him in number 5 right now, and where he finishes now is all dependent on this last competitor. Pridgeon and the Ice Cream Man, the other Deltona, Florida-based Ram delivery, we'll call it. It's got a Ram front clip, but it is not a Ram body. Prep for Roy to come rolling out here into the infield. Right now, Raminator leads the charge with Razin, Kane, Bigfoot, and Snakebite falling behind. Bad News travels fast now, and the Ice Cream Man, we'll see where he finishes in this field. 1934, still the time to beat Roy Pridgeon. Deltona, Florida. Stage is up. Waits for the countdown.
We will count him down. Count him down. 3, 2, 1. Go green.
Strong coming out. Oh, he got tight in that first corner. Perfect turn though. That dust didn't affect him at all. Little bit off center there though. That's going to hurt him as he cut real hard around that stack into the final jump. 21:41 off the base. Pridgeon will go into 5th place. That'll knock Derrow down to the number 6 spot. The 1934 put down early by Raminator remains on top. Roy Pridgeon, Ice Cream Man, we just saw there going to 5th place. The top 3 in this field are all real close together. I believe within the same 1 second of each other. Yeah, you see 1934 for Raminator, 1950 for Razin, Kane, and then 1988 for Bigfoot. So when we get to the semifinals, we should definitely see some very competitive times. But this track will keep changing because, as I said, as they keep hitting those ramps, that dust will gather more and more in those corners and on the starting line. Depending on which lane gets the most uneven traction, that could change the dynamic of this track. And you see the 21:20 and the 21:41 there between Snakebite and Ice Cream Man, and then the 22:35 for Bad News travels fast. Fast loser there could really shake things up in that semifinal round if that person can figure this track out. Here's Wesley Smoke now in Orangeburg, South Carolina in the Warhorse Mega Truck. He's scheduled for 2 freestyles here tonight. Just giving us a taste of what he'll be doing later on tonight in the action. The vehicle is built to wheelie. Let's see what he does on his second hit. A little bit off to the right side there, but a solid start for him here tonight. Round 1 is up next. Stay with us. the view down turn number 1 as the sun sets behind the grandstands. Beautiful night here in Radford, Virginia as we get set for round number 1. The stock cars finishing up their laps. And you see the bracket for round 1. Bigfoot will take on the Ice Cream Man. It'll be Vinny, Venom, and Snakebite against Razin, Kane. I mean, bad news travels fast against the Raminator. So we got 1 dodge each of the first round matchup, so we could have 3 dodges make it through to the semifinal. But we'll also pull 1 fast loser because it's a 6-truck field. We'll have an uneven semifinal round with just the winners. We'll pull a fast loser. The fastest losing time will advance. Right now we'll see Bigfoot-Darron Schnell against Pridgeon, the Ice Cream Man. Bigfoot qualified in the number 3 spot.
Lined up. Let's get
Ice Cream Man qualified in the number 5 spot.
3, 2, 1, go green.
Good launch for Pridgeon. Gets a little bit wide in that corner. Bigfoot steps out, but he takes a tighter turn. Pridgeon was in the lead, but he has a problem there. Pretty tight. Coming to the finish line. Darron Schnell and Bigfoot just eked out that victory. I'd say by maybe a tire length on the finish line. You're gonna look at it. First move they made, they're pretty even coming out. Good start for both trucks. Now this turn for Schnell was very tight. The truck stepped out just a little coming out of the corner. You see right there, he had to back out of it to get it straight, but he was quicker to the ramps coming over than Pridgeon was, but still very, very close. And in this corner, he cut beautifully. Gave him, like I said, about a tire length advantage coming out. Pridgeon again coming into that second corner. The truck got out of shape coming over the second jump, and that's really what hurt him getting into this turn because he cut a beautiful corner. He just wasn't there in time to knock Bigfoot down. You see Buddy Tompkins bringing the Razin Kane Ram truck out to the track. Take on Vinny, Venom, and Snakebite. Snakebite qualifying in the number 4 spot. Razin Kane qualifying in the number 2 position. It's Ford and Ram in this round. Tompkins starting on the side nearest the grandstand. That first run was any indication, this is going to be a tight night of racing.
Who thinks the winner's going to be Razin Kane? Make some noise.
Staging up.
Let's hear it for
Snakebite comes to the line. Starter will head off the track. Tompkins waits on the front stretch lane.
3, 2, 1, go green.
Tompkins hard off the line. Snakebite with a slight advantage coming out. He goes way wide. Actually almost gets into the pit wall in that corner. Tompkins with the lead coming into the final turn. Can he hold it? Tompkins with a beautiful corner. Snakebite with a beautiful corner. They're calling it for Snakebite. That was a close run. I'm gonna take a guess and say that our fast loser is gonna come out of this run. Snakebite hard in that corner. Look at him stand on it. Rear wheel. The right rear tire was folding over as he rounded that corner, and you saw that smoke coming off. This is our final pairing. Raminator and Geremie Dishman. He'll match up with Derrow. Bad news travels fast. Out of Elkton, Virginia. Chevy versus Ram. is indeed Buddy Tompkins right now, who is holding on to that bump spot. That number 4 in the semifinals will be the fast loser spot. He's holding that right now. One of these two could take it away from him, though. This should be a pretty fast pair of trucks in this round. Derrow is going to have to go some, though, to beat Dishman, because Dishman was way, way up on top. He qualified number 1. Derrow qualified number 6. 22:35 for Derrow to a 19:34 for Dishman, who slides out in the first corner. Derrow will take a commanding lead. Dishman with big problems in that first turn, and even bigger problems in this turn. Derrow will cross the finish line a winner, and there is no way Geremie Dishman will pick up that fast loser spot. That will indeed go to Buddy Tompkins. The favorite to win, the number 1 qualifier, goes out in a spin. Tried to cut that turn too close. Here's the first turn. And again, he spun out both turns. He actually hit the ramp coming into that corner. Drove up on it, and then when the wheels got back on the ground, he got into that dust and just got the sand under the tires. There was nothing he could do. Now, he corrected pretty quickly there. Derrow, though, about a 4-truck length lead at that point. And then Dishman came over the car sideways right there. That caused him even more problems as he got way inside on this corner.
It's going to be Bigfoot.
Tried to stand on it to make up the distance, and when that inside tire lifted up, he just with the foot to the floor and the rear tire spinning, it just carried the rear end on around. There was nothing he could do at that point. Here's Derrow's first corner here. And as inside as he was able to keep it kind of conservative and drive through it. Dishman was hammering on it and actually got caught up in both turns. Get ready now for semifinals, and we will see the rivalry renew. It's Snakebite and Bigfoot-Vinny Venom versus Darron Schnell, and we'll see the only Ram out of 3 left in competition. Razin, Kane, your fast loser, will take on the upset winner. Derrow and Bad News travels fast. Here comes Darron Schnell now to the line. Starter leaves the line. Vinny Venom is staged up. Hard launch for both trucks. Bigfoot with a bit of a lead going into the first turn. Snakebite turns hard, steps out a little. Now they're about even. Final corner. Both trucks a little bit wide. Snakebite, though, with the power of the foot to the floor. Vinny Venom makes up the distance. The Cobra Creek, Colorado Snakebite Ford will head to the final round on a very, very dusty track here at the Motor Mile Speedway infield in Radford, Virginia. We continue with the second matchup of the semifinals next. Back at Radford, Virginia's Motor Mile Speedway for the second matchup of the semifinals. This will decide who faces Snakebite into the final round. We will also, by the way, have a third place race. The 2 losers from the semifinal round will come back to decide who takes home third place money. Razin Kane against Derrow, and Bad News travels fast. Razin Kane got into this by virtue of the fast loser rule. He was the quickest losing time out of round number 1. Derrow was the upset winner in round number 1. Razin Kane actually had a better run in round number 1 than Derrow did. Derrow faced off against an ailing Raminator who spun out in both corners. Got into the ramps in the first corner and then just slid on the dust in the second. Let's see if Derrow can capitalize on the momentum he's carrying into this round. Semi-final round, final battle. Razin Kane and Bad News travels fast. Little trouble for both trucks in that first corner. I think Tompkins with a bit of a lead there coming out. Now they're about dead even. Derrow slowed a bit, but he got tighter in the corner and will take the win. Buddy Tompkins with a huge leap over the finish line. He will go to the third place race. He'll have to face off with Darron Schnell and Bigfoot. Here's another look at Brandon Derrow's run. He actually kept it nice and low over the first jump. So did Tompkins, though, but he was a little bit sideways coming out. I think that side might be going away. Might be to your advantage to start on the other side, but they're all jumping sort of toward the front stretch on both lanes. I'm not sure why. Derrow, though, beautiful run. Won that one by about a half truck length. You can't call him a fluke at this point as Bigfoot heads back toward the line to take on Razin Kane. That's the race for third. And then bad news travels fast. The local favorite Brandon Derrow might get a shot to take one home in front of the home state folks. They'll have to battle, though, one of the toughest in the business, Venom and Snakebite. Now, Snakebite accomplished one goal for the night. That was taking down Bigfoot. Can he win in the finals? Before we get to that, though, we will decide who takes home third place money. Will it be Buddy Tompkins, Razin Kane, or Darron Schnell and Bigfoot? Razin Kane with a better launch over his first jump. A little slow in that corner, a bit wide. Bigfoot, though, slow inside, and now Razin Kane with a 2-truck length lead headed into the final corner. And Bigfoot slides out Razin Kane with a huge advantage over the finish line. Bigfoot will take fourth, Razin Kane will take third. The Emily Oil Dodge will come away with at least some bragging rights. Buddy can say he knocked Bigfoot out in Radford on this July 4th weekend. It is not over yet, though. We still have a final round battle to decide who number one will be on this night in Southern Virginia. You see Venom and Snakebite rolling out of his pit stall. And looks like he will stage up on the lane closest to the crowd side. He had lane choice. Brandon Derrow laid down a good run in the semifinals. He had kind of an off run in the first round, but Raminator struggled more with the course, so Derrow capitalized on that to take the win. He, however, ran beautifully in the semifinals, so this should actually be a very close final round. Derrow makes sure the truck is nice and straight. You can see when he pulled up on that ramp, there's some holes just past that lip of that ramp. Angle as the tires drop, there's a little bit of drop in the suspensions on these trucks, and as the tires go over those holes, it might actually be letting the tires fall down in the cars, and that could be what's pulling them off to the left on this side, right on the grandstand side, toward that pit wall. Snakebite running hard coming out. He takes that turn beautifully. Derrow is not going to let him get away with this win, but Snakebite definitely in the lead. Look how hard he pulled around that corner. And he will take the win with a huge advantage. Derrow didn't run bad either. That is not taking anything away from Brandon Derrow. He ran him hard. Venom was that good tonight in Snakebite. Big bad Ford out of Colorado will head to the front stretch to celebrate with the fans, and watch this insane corner. Look at the rear tire, the right rear. He did the same thing in the first round. Look at the smoke coming off of that thing as he got in the throttle, and the sidewall was just folding over on the pavement here, as slick as it's been. He was getting a lot of bite. He took that corner perfectly, and he made up 2 lengths on Brandon Derrow, who struggled a bit in his final corner. Snakebite, your champion of racing here tonight. Back to Wesley Smoke and the Warhorse Mega Truck. Give these fans some freestyle. Let's see what Wesley has out of Orangeburg. So, he goes right for the bus jump and a bad bounce. He's going over hard. Wesley Smoke has crashed here on the infield at the Motor Mile Speedway. The crew making their way out to him. He hit hard on that pavement.
Wesley Smoke upside down.
Waiting to see if Wesley's all right. Emergency services in the loader headed that way. He was supposed to come out and cut up a couple of wheel stands over these cars. I don't think anybody expected him to go for the bus. And as soon as he landed, the truck pitched to the left. It went over high-sided on the right. And when he drove into it, those big mud tires, those tractor tires, dug in on the pavement and it broke the front steering ram. There was nothing he could do when the right front broke loose. It flipped the truck right over. He came down hard, though, when the truck came to rest on that driver's side. Still waiting on a word on his condition. He hit real hard. And there he is. He comes out. A little bit tender on that shoulder, though. He definitely got bounced around in there. Wow. Very unexpected turn of events here at the Motor Mile Speedway. We are going to take a break while this gets cleaned up. We have Freestyle coming up. Just a moment, stay with us. Welcome back to Radford, Virginia, and the Motor Mile Speedway. You see the Warhorse pulled off to the side there. Wesley Smoke is all right, but a sore shoulder. The source of that ginger walking he did coming out of that vehicle. We'll hopefully have an update on his condition in the coming weeks. Freestyle on the track now. Raminator-Geremie Dishman. Not fare the way he wanted to in racing. You know he's going to take it out on the truck here at Freestyle. A lot of power in this vehicle, but again, this truck is built to kind of stay flat. So he really has to push it to get it to perform sort of unpredictably here in Freestyle. It's a very well-built piece of equipment. That is, again, that's a testament to how well-built this truck is for racing. He's headed for the bus. Huge leap over that big bus ramp they put there. We'll see what he does now. He heads to the backside of this track. Oh, hard landing on the left side. You can break an axle that way. If you stop the forward momentum of that wheel while the other one's turning, you can snap an inner axle shaft. Learned last year that is a long evening of trying to fish a little chunk of metal out of the inside of a steel housing with a broomstick with a magnet duct taped to the end of it. He's hitting them hard out here. Taking some chances, but he's running the risk of damaging some driveline parts. He goes right back to the jammer stack. I don't think he's getting what he wants out of the truck. Stood on it there, and again, hard onto the left side. Saw a little puff out of the left front. I think he's blowing a shot. See some blue smoke up here from under the rear end of that truck. He's got some problems. Not a bad accounting of himself, though. Came out, went after the track for everything he had. You can see he got some decent air off of this first hit that he made off this van stack, and then went to this jammer quite a few times and used it. I'm betting he wishes he had that kind of hang time during the wheelie competition, but Again, really strong start to this freestyle. Went after the bus stack. There you see, and this is a big launch. Interesting to see who does indeed hit this, because it is a huge ramp. It's going to really test their daring. First guy out hits it, you know probably all 6 of these guys are going to take their shot at it. Here's where he got sideways. He almost missed that ramp. Thought he might go over right there. Hit real hard on that left front. And then as he came back for this other jump, he hit again on this left front. And watch for, there was a puff, and it looked like he blew a shock on that landing right there. And went in for a donut. It did not quite materialize. I think he may have damaged an input shaft on that, and maybe hurt the rear differential there, because it looked like the front end was just turning. But we'll see. Buddy Tompkins and Razin Kane, you know this one's not going to disappoint. Out of Deltona, Florida, in a big Ram Amily Oil sponsored vehicle owned by J.R. McNeil. The big air coming out. You can see already he's going to use every bit of this track. Pouring the power to it. He's hitting everything in front of him too. He's wasting no time. Nice slap wheelie there. Carries it onto the front stretch there on the outside in turn number 4, comes right back in at speed in the racing lane. Big air out of the Razin Kane Ram truck. And he's coming right for the bus stack. Big hang time on that one. This is just for the fans, but you know they're going to try to one-up each other. He hits the jammer stack with some huge air. Brake rotor's starting to glow. There you saw some sparks coming off. From a donut into a cyclone, smoking up the tires. Clears a little of that dust off of that corner. That dust that was hurting them so bad in racing has now kind of become their friend here in the freestyle portion. I don't know if you saw it just on the outside. When whoa, there you see the brake rotor sparking up. He's starting to burn off some brake material there. Wow, it's glowing real hot now. There's nothing to worry about under there. You may get a small fire on that brake rotor. That's nothing to worry about, but it's very spectacular for the fans, especially in these night outdoor events like this. And he's going to wrap that one up beautifully. What a run by Buddy Tompkins in the Amily Oil Razin Kane Ram out of Deltona, Florida. And I was pointing out when he came around to this, what's inside for the fans here, down here with the trailers where our cameras are, there's some poles. Those are electrical poles. Those are where the generator outlets are. That's really the only obstruction. There's a building down here and a couple of vehicles, but that's really the only obstruction they're going to have to worry about. They've done a really masterful job of staying clear of those. You see that wheel stand he pulled on to the turn 4 front stretch area. A lot of hang time in this run. Lots to be proud of here for Buddy Tompkins. Cleared that bus jump in style. Truck running very strong. Both 3rd place in racing, backs it up with an amazing freestyle. And then the donuts into the cyclones. It was dust, it was smoke, there was speed, and there was a lot of noise for these fans. And again, and the LEDs in these trucks that you're seeing now adds just a whole nother spectacle to these things. Again, at these night events, you get the lights going. There's the fans. Just something else, just a little extra to look at. That right there may have been the best move we've seen so far. In fact, that really was the best move we've seen so far. As his teammate Roy Pridgeon and the Ice Cream Man, the other Amley Oil sponsored Ram, comes out. The 3 Rams going back to back to back. Coming down off of turn number 1 bank, right into the infield with some air. Nice slap wheelie there. Pridgeon was on his top last year here at the Motor Mile Speedway. We'll see. I don't think he wants to repeat that, but he's not afraid to throw this thing around. He had a great 2017 with this vehicle. You can hear the power as he winds it up and back to the racing lane. Right there with Buddy is probably some of the best momentum we've seen so far. Big move out of Roy Pridgeon. You see those two right in front of where he is. You see those 2 posts. Those are those electrical outlets I was talking about. They've done a beautiful job avoiding those. Pridgeon getting after it. He almost clipped those poles right there. The truck tucked inside after he made that move, and he's going to go into a cyclone right here, the Ice Cream Man. I think that's going to wind it up. Beautiful freestyle for Pridgeon. Custom design Ram ice cream truck delivery, whatever you want to call it. It was spectacular. He rolls through the front stretch for the fans. There's another look at that huge air he pulled off of the front stretch. Van Pyramid went into a slap wheelie, and he didn't slow down. He went from move to move to move. He and Tompkins are known for putting down some really incredible freestyles up and down the East Coast.
That truck down, we'll fire up our next truck for freestyle.
He did not disappoint here.
From Virginia.
Got that huge hang time again off the jammer stack, and then he went right to the bus. So again, that's the first 3. All 3 of them hit that bus stack, and that means everybody behind them is going to have to do it to be as impressive in these cyclones. He and Tompkins both with these cyclones during their runs. Smoke and fire and dust here in Radford, Virginia. We get ready for the local hero, Derrow out of Elkton, Virginia. Bad news travels fast. Got a hold of this piece of equipment a few years ago. I remember I talked about the LEDs on these trucks that we're starting to see more and more of. This truck is loaded. This guy has been here all day, did some press this morning. Really represents this industry well. Beautiful sky wheelie right there. A little bit of a slap wheelie, but he was headed toward an obstacle. He had to back out. Now back to the jammer stack. There we go. You know that truck with new wheel stands, that Patrick chassis. And it's always set up to do slab wheelies in freestyle. He got one there. We knew he'd get one before the night was over. He'd been trying since the wheelie competition to get one in there. He did it there. This truck is not short on horsepower. He and Raminator might be in competition for the most powerful motor here tonight. At speed, another huge slap wheelie, and that one he was able to carry out, and that's something you have to commend this track staff for. They left enough room in between all the obstacles. These guys are not really, for the most part, getting bound up. They're really able to throw some power behind the moves they're taking over these pyramids. These are some very large jumps that they put out here. There's nothing really small to hit. You don't want to land and end up into another obstacle. It's a nice, safe track, and it's spectacular when they can really get in the power and use it. Took a little chance right there. The rear steering cocked as he went over that van pyramid down there by turn number 4, the opening in the wall by turn 4.
Walking it right up.
Walked it over right there. Here he comes to the bus. Hard hit. Not afraid of it though. He spins it around. Let's see what he's got left. Slid it out right there. So come back. Oh! Well, I talked about those poles. I brought those up for a reason. He almost got into one right there. He go for a donut. Didn't quite materialize for him there. A little bit more of a burnout, but again, walking it over the obstacles.
As he comes down.
Here he is on the front stretch. What a run by Derrow. He's got the fans on their feet. That was the aim. Didn't disappoint at all. I don't know that he quite had the air that Tompkins and Pridgeon did, but he definitely had these slap wheelies down. He pulled 2 of them pretty close together in the run. That was the first one. He really stood it up there. And then the second one he pulled, didn't stand it up quite as tall, but he had some speed with it. And here that move is right here. Under the lights, the Motor Mile Speedway. Look at that thing. Standing on the rear tires. Here was that walking wheelie pulled over this outside man sack. This thing has not been getting a whole lot of love tonight, but he used it. Had that wall not been right in front of him, there's a gap in the wall right there, but there's another piece of wall just down track from that there in turn 1. Had that wall not been there, he probably carried that slap wheelie. Another 100 yards, big air over the van, or the bus stack. And this is the original. He's about ready to hit the track. Darron Schnell. Here firing up Bigfoot out of Pacific, Missouri. Struggled a bit in the racing. You see he's got one bed side off there on the right side. That was coming apart on him. Went ahead and took that off so he could fix that up, get it back on down the road. He's going right for the bus. Beautiful hit. Up and over the... Something went away on him right there. Let's see, he's going to give it a shot. I don't think he has rear-wheel drive. So he is either... he may have a busted pinion, or he's broken maybe the left rear axle, but looked like when he came over that jammer car, he tried to stand in it, and he may have taken some drivetrain parts in the rear end out. He might have a broken drive shaft, but that sounded like something internal right there. That was a hard hit, but I don't think that's what did it. I think it was coming over this jammer stack. See right here, he tries to stand in it, and it just doesn't go anywhere. So we're talking about that throttle rhythm. You've got to be careful on this asphalt. It can damage these trucks very quickly. Well, you know what? I'm looking at that again. That truck might have been damaged coming off of that bus jump because the front end pitched down as he was coming over the jammer stack, so it might have already been damaged going into that obstacle. You see right here, he's just got nothing in the rear end.
So you're looking at $30,000 worth of damage right there. $250,000 truck.
Trying to listen. Jeff Bursey, a little explanation to the crowd as to what happened. I'm not quite sure what that was, but something definitely going in the rear end of that truck. And again, and that pitch down, I think he may have actually broken it coming over that bus jump. He may have known something was going away in the rear end because he came right for the biggest obstacle on the track. He went for it. He knew he was going to have to get it in there. So maybe he knew and we didn't.
All right, let's fire him up and see if Snakebite can fly. Put your hands together.
There you're Jeff Bursey getting the crowd wound up for the last vehicle here in Radford. The masked man out of Colorado. Vinny, Venom, and Snakebite. Guy has been on kill from go. He set the pace huge in the wheelie competition. He's not stopping there. He went big off of that racing lane. Very impressive wheelie competition. He didn't even win it when he was big. Wins the racing. Carrying that momentum right into freestyle. He's got to close the show, so you know he's going to go big. Getting a lot of speed through here. Cruises through that dusty outside, right for the bus jump, and a big lead right there. He's keeping the speed up too. That momentum means a lot more sometimes than just getting air. The more moves that you can make in a single run, the better you'll be in a lot of cases. Here though, there's plenty of air to be had. Handles the truck all the way down the front side, heads out onto the bank, turn number 1. Back in, let's see what he's got. A lot of speed coming out. He hits one bend pyramid. He goes for a second one, even bigger air, and he backs out for that one. And he kept that speed up and hit that obstacle. He would have landed way out on turn number 4. It's probably the best move he could have made. If he'll hit one of these racing lanes, you get some big air right there. That was the biggest move of the night. He was way up over where they were getting off of that bus jump. Yeah, bus jump is one long ramp, so you just kind of run off of the end of that. Whereas here, on this racing lane, it's one short, steep ramp, and he just had the right attitude coming toward it. He stood in the throttle and it launched the truck. I was going to park it there for a second, but something might be wrong. He looks like he's headed back around for the jammer stack. Solid lead there. That air he got off, that lane right there has been his best air so far, and the air he got on that second hit on it is going to be hard to top. But back out down there near turn number 1. We'll see what he's got left in the run. I don't know what he's got left to do. He's hit everything out here. And one more jump over the bus. And that'll be it. Slides into a stop in front of the crowd. Vinny, Venom, and Snakebite. There you see the final results. Your fast qualifier there, Raminator, and then Snakebite won the racing event. Roy Pridgeon, though, not go home empty-handed. He took the wheelie contest victory. The big money, though, going home to Colorado with Vinny, Venom, and Snakebite. Brings it back down on the infield. He was your racing winner, the big dog here, the big snake here tonight, Radford, Virginia. Vinny, Venom, Colorado Ford. And as the fireworks go off, I want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight on Monster Power. We want to thank the Monster Truck Racing League and the Motor Mile Speedway for their hospitality. For all of us here at Monster Power, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.